Nick fans, yo, we coming hard.
Time for this real talk. Like Saturday night, we live, we outside, vibing in them orange and blue skies. This is true as God, and it's weekly. The city that never sleep, getting you geek. Right before the New York Knicks compete. They'll be on that rocket like Nick ship. We dripping and Nick drip. Take a trip, keep with SB stacking now and up in this bitch. Cause it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. There's no propaganda. Always stand on business in front of this crib. Me and SB, feet tapping in the streets of Manhattan. You peeping the action. Right before Nick in the heat, get it cracking. It's game time. Time to find in the world most favorite sweetie. We about to lock your team up. After you serve just like a subpoena. You know the demeanor, Nick fans feeling real giddy and litty. Gonna be York City, gritty, committed to beat the city by 50. About to give me a nice slice. Life with all types of spice. Get a smart with an ice to play the water with my sparkling white. We in the city so nice. They need a twice. We get a pop in the Apple Watch. Get the home at the pop. Stopping on their Apple Watch. If this real talk, game streaming on YouTube.com. The truth do the good move. Spot on, dropping bars. You got a spot sitting dropping that hot shit. Content that we have written up in your head. Enough said, you know, us stand up in audience about to get their bag. Look like a casual by back to the triad or jet lag.
Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here. Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
Yo, salute everybody. What's good, man? Knicks Real Talk. It's the post game. It's a wrap. The recap. We in the building. Shah Divine. We about to get it popping for an hour or something, man. Get in here. Talk about the game the other night and all that good stuff, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. That's where it's at. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Real Talk. We bring it to you live tonight. My man, we in the building. Shah Powers was good, my brother.
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yo, after having that crazy game last night, we lost the game, man. A lot of pros and cons to the game last night and all that good stuff. But, you know, we live to fight another day, man. So, you know, if we did lose last night, it kind of was expected, being that we are decimated. Our team fought good for maybe 3.5 quarters. And then that last quarter, they just couldn't really gather the steam they needed to get over the hump. Give Boston credit. They played pretty good. Their defense was solid. Jalen Brown had it going, and Porzingis later on in the end of the game had it going. But still, I think our team played a hell of a game. You know, coming out to that fourth quarter, I think we just kind of ran out of gas and we couldn't guard that 3-point line. But it is what it is, man. We still in the fourth position in the Eastern Conference and all that good stuff. So we just got to try to get back at it, man. And we got a game tomorrow night against Detroit and all that good stuff. But I'm glad to be here with everybody. Shah Powers, like I said, we got the post game. It's a wrap. We in the building. Salute to the chat, my man AP, Coach Andrew, King Ribby. Salute to you, Will the Thrill. You know the deal. AP, Daniel Breeze Sports Highlights. Salute to you, my man. Darren, my man, as always. But Shah Powers, you know, it was a tough fought game. The city was buzzing last night. My man, what's his name? Tony O. Had the game, the thing at the let me get it right. The pregame and postgame thing live. A lot of Knicks fans was outside.
Oh, at the Bailey Beakley's. I forgot the damn name of the place too.
Yeah, they had it going on, man. Them, Brew Crew, Monica was in the building. All the Knicks fans, content creators was live, you know, and but, you know, unfortunately, we didn't win the game, but that's okay, though. You know, we still live to fight another day, like I said. But, you know, we try. You know, we try. We didn't have nobody to help Jalen Brunson last night. Let's put it like that. I think that just goes saying how much we miss Julius Randle and the things that he could do on a basketball court when he's available. And obviously, we didn't have OG and Mitchell Robinson. Not making no excuses, but that team, obviously, they're supposed to win the game. They the number one seed in the NBA. They got a good defense team, got a good offense team. We just didn't have too much for them. They had more firepower than we did. Like AP said, they had a lot of firepower, and we just couldn't sustain it, you know, going all the way out. And we kind of needed some of the guys that you talked about in the pregame yesterday to step out. We didn't get that from them guys, so it is what it is. But I ain't scared, though, and I ain't mad at all. We played hard. We just couldn't really get it done. So we just got to go ahead and fight and move on to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, man. Salute to those guys last night, the Morning Brew crew, man. I stopped in there for a heartbeat and stuff, show my face and show some love in there and stuff like that. And it was real ornery in there. There was a whole lot of Knicks fans in there, about 50, 60, 70 people in there. It was packed house in there, and it was good to see Ron, good to see Steph, good to see Jerry
Julian.
damn it, I forgot it. Julian Bloom, and Julian Bloom, was good to see him. You know, KOT was in the house. Couple of other podcasters that be out there. The Twins was out there last night. Ebru was out there, most definitely was out there, stuff like that. Chris and all of them. It was fun to see a lot of faces that you see on the screen, and you watch them to see them in real life and stuff. And nothing but much love from the morning brew crew. Once I seen them, they all showed much respect, much love. So did I. You know what I mean? It was love in the area. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you know, the biggest thing for me last night watching that game, Tom Thibodeau likes running that small unit out there last night. He likes that small unit. Last couple of games you've seen him utilize that small unit. The only thing we needed last night was OG Anunoby. Every time that I seen a play or something happen, I said, "Damn, I wish we had OG. I wish we had OG. Damn, I wish we had OG on that play." And I mean, damn, I wish OG was playing on that play. There's a whole lot of plays that I said that last night. You know what I mean? With an OG or a Julius Randle last night, it could have been, you know, ties could have been changed a little bit just for one more of our players. So to hopefully get these guys back early part of March is going to cause havoc and a lot of mass confusion against NBA teams, because you know, they're not really going to know how to play us anymore, because these guys haven't really played together as a full unit with Mitchell Robinson damn near the whole year, if you want to say it like that. So I'm optimistic. Every time I seen something out there on it, I say, damn, I wish we had OG in there with this unit. Dang, I wish OG was in here with this unit. All night long, I kept saying that. On the ride there, watching the game, on the ride back home, when I got back to the crib and watched the fourth quarter, every time I said, dang, I wish we had OG on this unit. And, you know, soon come.
Yeah, real talk. They, you know, like I said, you know, what I want to see last night, I seen enough. I seen them be competitive, and that's all I want to see. I'm like, they were competitive. You know what I mean? When the Knicks do that every night, they come to the table, they competitive. They don't lay down like that, man. So, you know, I'm very happy with that, man. But like I said, you know, hopefully we would have wished Bogdan could have got a little bit more popping last night. Shinzo and Alex Bird, we needed them guys to step up in place for Randle. They just didn't do it last night. So, but I was glad to see what McBride did. Achua played hard, you know, and I thought a couple of guys was too. The moment was a little bit too big. I think Gerald Sims, the moment was a little bit too big for him last night, because I think KP gave him problems a little bit, and them guys like that. But overall, I think we didn't have nobody who could stop Jaylen Brown. You know, Josh Hart played a hard-fought game. He was out there being aggressive to do what he could do. But at the end of the day, they had more than we had, and that is what it is. And no Knicks fan, the Knicks team should not feel bad about itself. I would love what Jalen Brunson said. He put that loss on him. He the one getting it popping. You know, that's a leader for you right there. He like, that was on me. You know, my turnovers, this and that. So when you got a leader who take responsibility for that, even though we know it really totally his fault, but that man up and say, listen, I'm the leader of this team, you know, and it was on me. And that's what gives me a lot of hope and courage about this team, because guys like that, that's a leader for you. And he showed and proved. So, you know, like I said, you know, they was better than us last night. I'm not saying they better than us overall, but they was better than us last night. You know what I mean? And they have our number right now. But like I said, I do believe if Julius Randle get back, Anunoby get back, then I think it's a different story, because now you got a guy like Anunoby who could play Jaylen Brown or play Jason Tatum when he going. I guaranteed you, if Anunoby was playing last night, Jaylen Brown wouldn't have dropped no 30 on the Knicks.
That's exactly what I said all night.
Right.
All night. Every time I seen this bum winning, I don't want to call him a bum, because he's, you know what I mean, but this bum that won the dunk contest. No, he didn't win the dunk. Went to the dunk contest in the finals. You know what I mean? I really, if OG was there last night, he wouldn't have showed out like that last night. You know what I mean? We had everybody. We only lost by 14 points. We were tied up. What was it? Third, fourth quarter, 64 apiece. It wasn't like they was slaughtering it. Even going into the end of the game, even though a couple of garbage shots was made in the end of the game or whatever, but we only lost by 14 points. That's Anunoby numbers right there. That's Julius Randle numbers right there. You know what I mean? And I mean, with one of those guys on the court, that makes somebody else get an extra 4 to 6 points. So, you know, whatever, however you want to say it, we played a great game last night. Tom Thibodeau likes that small lineup though. That Deuce McBride, Brunson, he's starting to play him and Brunson a lot, man. I noticed that the last couple of games, him and Brunson been playing a lot of basketball. And then you got DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and then he puts in that, I think it was Hardenstein or Precious, one of that, but that small front court, he's like rocking that little. It'd be Deuce McBride, it'd be Brunson, it'd be Josh Hart, and I mean he's like running those three guys out there. I noticed in the last couple of games, you know, defensive minded. I guess that's what the reason why, but I noticed that.
Yeah. You know what? Like here's what the thing. You got to give them credit, and I think I said that in the pregame. They got a hell of a defense there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think people underestimating Drew Holiday and Derek White and Jaylen Brown. Them are some elite defenders, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't stand both of them, but I also got to deal with the facts. Them cats are the elite defending team, and they're gonna have caused a problem with everybody. And then you got somebody with size like KP down there. It's like us having Mitchell Robinson, like handling Anunoby, and like having our guys. The same thing, you know what I mean? It's a, they had their arsenal. We didn't have our arsenal, but they got a good arsenal. They listen, ladies and gentlemen, they are number one in the NBA for a reason. They number one in the association for a reason, because they got a good basketball team. They just got a solid team, 14, 45, and 12. Defense number 3 in the association, offense number 1 or 2, something like that. They're in the top 3 in every category. So you got to give them their flowers, you know what I mean? But I do know if our guys was there, Anunoby, Randle, and we'd be right there with them. So I'm not too much concerned whatsoever. I just wanted that game last night. It was prime time, national television. You wanted to see the cats get out there and get it popping. But obviously, you know, like I said, we stayed in the game 3.5 quarters. And then, you know what, a couple of turnovers here and there shift the momentum a little bit last night. And we just needed some guy to come up and bring us a little bit more from an offense standpoint. And we didn't have it, so it happens. But I'm not mad at the loss whatsoever, and I think the Knicks will respond and rebound. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we already at February the 25th. You know, this is the shortest month of the year. Anunoby news is looking good. He might be back next week. You know what I mean? So, you know, we have some reinforcements coming back. I think Mitch and Randle might come back at the same time, probably, hopefully.
Right around. I think one. I kept saying, because of some of the things that I was seeing out there, that Julius Randle may be back around the March 3rd game. I forgot who it's against. It might be 76ers or it's a big team that we play. I think he may be back for that game. And now the way it's looking, it might be OG back that game and Randle coming in that next week going into the 8th. You know what I mean? I think that's so it may switch. I had Randle coming back first and then OG and then Mitchell. You'll hear the word about Mitchell around the 15th when he's going to come back. You know what I mean? But you know, from the research that I've been doing, it looks like more so now that it may be OG the first one back, and then Randle will be out there. You seen him? If you didn't see, he was shooting some shots yesterday, running up and down the court with the Scully on. You know what I mean? With the I don't even want to say it, what we used to call it back in the days, with the roll up hat and stuff, with the roll up hat. And sweating, getting his burn on and all that stuff, moving that left hand, right arm. A couple of shots though, if you wasn't paying attention, he made some shots going into the hole, and he didn't raise his right arm to position the ball in his hand. So that was concerning. I seen he did it twice. I don't know if he was meaning to do that, go to the hole and just use the left hand, the one hand shot. I'm not sure, but you know, usually when you do that, you know, you do the two hands. Anyway, you know, so we get either one of them back. I'm hoping now that I'm getting this new news, I'm hoping that it's OG that comes back, so Precious could play the small forward position. And I mean the power forward position. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, because if Randle comes back first, Precious, I don't know if Precious could play this small forward position, but I think they will put him in the same lineup. If Randle come back, I think you keep Precious in the starting unit until OG come back. But now it looks like it's going to be OG back, so now we can put Precious. And I I just want to see one of these guys come back. Whichever one comes back is going to just make us a better team. We got to win just from getting 3 guys back. We almost got to win last night, but the guys that we were hoping to step up last night just didn't. You know what I mean? They just didn't step up to the task last night. We didn't get too much production from Alec Burks, too much production from Bogey last night. So that's it in a nutshell. You know, we get 8 points from Alec Burks and 20 point and 18 points from Bogey last night. We win the game.
Yeah, Alec Burks did have 8 last night. You know,
yeah, 8.
Yeah, he had 8 last night.
Yeah, his percentages was terrible though. Didn't he go like 1 for 7 from 3-point land or something like that?
Yeah, I'll put that up there in a minute. We'll deal with the stats.
Yeah.
You know, for me, man, I'm gonna keep it $150. It's like this here. Salute to everybody in chat. Let me get my peoples in first. Quiet Money was good. Danny, APAP, Travel Vibes, my man Andrew, Danny, a question with Bogey. I think the reason why he didn't put Bogey because he didn't have it. I don't think he had it, and I think I think Knicks didn't need a defense last night, ladies and gentlemen. That were really, and that's why to me the biggest thing last night was keeping Deuce McBride in there because he was the one playing defense last night, making it hard on these guys, man. And I think that's what it came down to. I think our defense just wasn't capable of stopping them dudes. You know what I mean? And I really believe that, man. Hey, Keith Watkins, Keith from ATL. What's the deal, Keith? My man, salute. Thank you for coming in on the post game recap, man. It's a wrap. Salute to my man Keith from ATL. What's good, my brother? But yeah, man. Let me say this way. They were the better team last night, plain and simple. There's no other way you could put it. They had more firepower than we had. They had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Porzingis. We had Jalen Brunson. Period. That's it. That's it. We had 1 star. They had 3 stars, damn near. You know what I mean? And like I said, the reason why I want to piggyback off of Deuce McBride because he did what I thought he was going to do. He put Peyton Pritchard in the donut when he was in that court. Whoever was at that point guard position for them guys last night, he put them in a donut, man. So I'm glad to see that Deuce McBride really came out to play last night, man. I think Tibbs got to figure that out with Deuce McBride and Alex Burks because when this team get fully loaded, I think Deuce McBride, ladies and gentlemen, he on the come up, man. That young man is definitely playing some good basketball for the New York Knicks, and I think his presence is felt when he on that court because he helped stopping one of their best players at the point guard position, and he's shooting the ball real well now. You know what I mean? He's shooting the ball well. He's knocking it down for 3 last night. He shot 50. Matter of fact, Deuce McBride last night was the only one in the plus. Everybody on that whole thing, even Jalen Brunson, was in the minus last night. He was the only one in the plus, other than Jacob Toppin and Daquan. Yeah, like 30 seconds left in the game or whatever. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, and so we just got to keep going, man. It ain't over till it's over, but you do got to give Boston credit. We had no answer for what they had last night from a defense perspective because we didn't have no defense players out there other than Josh Hart, Achua when he can. Hartenstein, I thought, did a pretty good job at the beginning on Porzingis, but I think they started opening up that thing in the second half, and he started getting his 3-point shot. They beat us on the perimeter last night, period, Shop Powers. They 3-point shooting that's what won the game for them last night. We could not guard the perimeter, and I think a lot of our guys wasn't really focused on that perimeter like they need to be because I was watching these cats knock down shots, like it seemed like they was almost taking our will from out there. Like Porzingis was knocking them down from deep. They had no ends for that. These cats were getting it going. So give them their credit, man. They give them their credit. They did the damn thing. But like I said, we'll respond when we get healthy. We be ready to roll on these cats. I'm not too concerned about the Knicks, man. This is a good team, But like I said, the better team beat us last night, and that's what it is. But I think we get them. We get them. You can't beat a person but so much until they respond back and get you. But other than that, it was an exciting game. The energy was live and up in there. The Garden was buzzing. The fans was in there. The place was lit. The city was lit. It's just that we didn't have enough to beat them. So we'll move on to the next one, man. But I'm still excited about what our team has and what they could do. We just got to get healthy, and that's what it boiled down to. And I think we will respond sooner or later, man. Looking for the next month to come up. We're looking for our guys to really go back out there and get it popping. Let me put up some stats and everything for last night, and we'll talk about it on the other side as well. But I do think the Knicks will be back. I think they'll be back. Like I said, they got a back-to-back, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night and Tuesday. They got the Detroit Pistons and the New Orleans Pelicans coming to MSG. Quentin Grimes will be back in the building tomorrow night and all that good stuff. So, You know, I'm just excited that we get a chance to get that behind us, move on, and get ready to play it again. You know what I mean? But other than that, ain't nothing else to be said. But, you know, we play hard. And we just came up short. But I don't think that takes away from how good this basketball team is. And I don't think it takes away from how good this basketball team going to be. You know, Shot Power, we just got to keep it moving, man, and move on. Like we always say, on to the next. And that's really what it boiled down to.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Let's get to the recap or the scoring and stuff like that. Let's get some of that motivation going on.
Yeah, real talk. We drop that in there, and I bring that in there. We talk about that from the numbers perspective. But but overall, let me get that up, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me 1 second, and then I get the stats up from last night, and we could talk about that.
I mean, you know, we just need one of our guys back. We need one more of our guys, man. If it's Randall or if it's OG, you know what I mean? And hopefully that they could come in and just, you know, fill their position. And I mean, not looking for them to be their all-star or, you know, the best thing that they do with the defense or with the offense, whatever, just to come in to fill in space. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't want Julius Randle to come in there and trying to bully ball everybody as soon as he come back and want to run in the lane and try to dunk the ball. Get 18 points with some 3 points and some short jump shots. You haven't utilized your mid-range game in a long time. Let's get that mid-range game in, and don't go in there too much for rebounds because everybody's gonna be targeting you, man. These players out here is dirty this year, man. We don't play so much dirty basketball, even though we didn't caught some guys a couple of times. You know what I mean?
Right.
We didn't call it, you know, not meaning it, you know what I mean? But some of these guys out here, you know, and you know who we talking about. There's a couple of them out here that mean it when they go to foul you and stuff like that. And I can guarantee you, Mitchell Robinson playing, Julius Randle playing against Miami in the next couple of games. I do not want to see that. You know what I mean? I just say it like that.
Yep. Well, let's look at it. We'll talk about the stats right quick for last night, and then we pinpoint some things. So to my brother Mike Vick. Mike Vick was popping, man. You know what it is, man. My partner, Shaw's brother, in the building with us, man. Appreciate you, Vic. Real talk. Listen, man. Like last night, if you look at the stats overall, ladies and gentlemen, we shot 45% from the floor. They shot 56. There you go, right there. Like I said, our defense just wasn't there. We shot 34 from downtown. They shot a blistering 42%. That's where we lost the game at. Like I said, they shot 15 for 35. We could not handle their 3-point shooting last night. We just wasn't out there defending that you know, especially when they was moving that ball around the perimeter. See, we was a little bit slow getting to these perimeter guys last night, you know, and I think that's what we lost that game at. They shot 42, we shot 34. We shot 93% from the charity stripe. They only shot 75. You know what I mean? But we out-rebounded them last night, ladies and gentlemen. We out-rebounded them 39 to 36. You know, we had 21 assists, they had 27. We had 3 blocks, they had 4. We had 1 steal. Like I said, it was defense last night. We only had 1 steal last night. Turnover 13, which is our average. Points in the paint, they killed us. 58. That was Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis. Like I said last night, our defense just wasn't there last night the way it needed to be. We you know, and it's understandable that them 3 dudes is really their top 3 players, so we get it. And we only had one of our top players in the building last night, but not to make no excuses. Last night, Josh Hart, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Preston Chua, 8, 9 rebounds. Hartenstein, 6.7 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, 34, 9, and 3. He always doing the damn thing. DiVincenzo, 12 points, but that was a quiet 12 for me last night, ladies and gentlemen. 4 rebounds. Bogdan, 8 points, no rebounds, no assists. You know, Alex Burks, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Miles McBride was the one last night, man. He was the one, to me, the best player in that game last night other than Brunson, and that's the reason why he was plus and everybody else was minus. 16 minutes, 11 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Jericho Sims didn't give us nothing but 2 rebounds, no points. And them guys, like I said, if you look at the matchup, Jason Tatum, 19, Jaylen Brown, 30, Porzingis, 22, Drew Holiday, 12, Derrick White.
They had like 6-7 players in double digits.
Yeah, they were there, and that's where we lost the game at last night. So, you know, it is what it is. We fight to live another day, but I think that really was the pretty much the defense, the New York Knicks defense, which is we kind of rest our hat on. You know, but it just didn't come to play last night. So, you know, they came to play. They couldn't match their firepower last night. But
we really just needed five more 3-pointers from 38 if we'd had, it was 13. If we'd have made 18 or 38, we'd have won the game.
Yep.
By about 4 or 5 more 3-pointers. Our percentage has to be over 36%. You know what I mean? And even at that rate, you know what I mean, we still hit 13. I think it was 13 3-pointers last night. So if we'd have made 18 3-pointers, the game would have either been a little closer or we would have won the game. Five. I mean, that's 15 more points. You know what I mean? We'd have won the game by 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what's so important, that we needed that scoring, because, like I said, our defense wasn't there. The numbers don't lie. Our defense was abysmal on a 3-point line. I was watching the game like, yeah, cat's not guarding these dudes. You know, I noticed every time somebody, because you got to give them credit, they was moving the ball around the perimeter real well, and they kind of put us in the quagmire a little bit, because, you know, like if Jason Tatum had it, he had shifted over. They was moving that ball well. They was moving like we moved the ball when we got all our guys there. You know what I mean? And you know, we just couldn't catch up to them. And so it is what it is, man. But not making an excuse for them guys, man. It's all good. We play hard. We just didn't play hard for 48 minutes. We played hard for 42 minutes. You know what I mean? And then the last 6 minutes and all that, it just kind of got away from us. So it really is. And you're right, AP. It could be a lot worse. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we good, man. Real talk. I'm not concerned about the Knicks. Julian Blum, I'm glad you got to meet the brother Shaw Powers yesterday, man. I got to see the pics from the thing and all that. I'm glad you got to see Mana McGinnis. I seen you with her take the picture with her. That was a good look for the Knicks fan base, man. And salute to all the guys out there, man. I'm glad you got to meet the brother, man, and everybody else for that matter. It was lit in there, you know what I mean? So salute to Tonyo and the Brew Crew for putting on a good show last night, man. It was lit. That's real talk. But like I said, I'm not too much concerned about this thing, man. I don't care what position Knicks wind up in. We got a team that can get all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals if we be healthy. And I think that's what it's all going to boil down to. We just got to keep scrapping one day at a time. We'll bounce back tomorrow. We'll bounce back against the next couple of games. And then, like I said, by the end of February, we have some firepower coming up in this piece. So, you know, if we can tread water a little bit and just hold it down until we get a little bit more arsenal back, and I think we'd be okay. But until then, you know, it is what it is. You know, when you missing 3 stars. I mean, here's the thing, too, ladies and gentlemen. We are missing 3 starters, not a starter. We missing 3 starters. You know what I mean? So it's tough to deal with, man. It really is. But like I said, make no excuses, Shaw Powell. We just got to go there and keep doing what we do. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but slowly but surely we'll get some of our reinforcements, our real reinforcements back. And as once we get all 3 of them back, you know how Tom Thibodeau loves that 9-man rotation. You're gonna have to really watch out and see who makes that 9-man rotation. You know what I mean? I still think that he can run a solid 10-man rotation for 3 quarters and shut it down in the 4th quarter. So this way you don't burn your players out. You know what I mean? You don't need Julius Randle with 35, 36, 37 points. You don't need Mitchell Robinson coming back playing 28, 29, 30 points. You don't need OG coming back playing 37, 38, 39 minutes. You know what I mean? So when they come back, I hope that he can really utilize the players on the team so he doesn't burn these guys out. I've been strictly talking about that 30-18 swipe out and stuff. But with the 9-man rotation, it looks like we're gonna have eight guys are almost guaranteed. You know what I mean? The 9th guy, 10th and 11th guy is going to be, I believe, maybe Burks, Deuce McBride, and Bogey. You know what I mean? I think once Julius Randle and OG comes back in that starting lineup, they're right back into the starting lineup. And the 4 men that Tom Thibodeau more than likely will play in the 2nd unit is going to be Precious Achiuwa with Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, and who? You know what I mean? You know, is it going to be Deuce McBride? You know what I mean? Is it going to be Alec Burks? Is it going to be Bogey some nights? You know what I mean? Because I'm almost positive with those 4 guys in the 2nd unit, you're going to see OG coming back playing in that 2nd unit to help out. Just look at it. OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, Mitchell Robinson with Josh Hart and Deuce McBride, or Alec Burks, or a Bogdan in there, that's a killer second unit. You know what I mean? And if you really put McBride into that second unit, that's a defensive juggernaut second unit right there. Ain't too many second units going to be able to withstand that that defense that those guys that you put out there. But my big thing is I don't want Tibbs to burn OG out as soon as he comes back. Play Bogey for now. You know what I mean? Give Bogey 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes. Give Alec Burks 10, 11, 12 minutes out there. Give Deuce McBride 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes out there. You know what I mean? To make sure that your other guys stay healthy. You know what I mean? You don't have to burn once you get them back, you don't want to burn them back out. You don't want to burn Precious out. You don't want to burn Julius Randle. You ain't gonna want to burn Mitchell Robinson out. You still got to save face with Hardenstein this year because he's still ailing from that Achilles. He didn't look that great in the game last night. So, you want to keep these guys healthy. You got to use other players. So it's going to be another task for Tom Thibodeau to figure out what he's going to do once he can get, once one of these guys come back, it's going to make it easier because now the second unit is going to get a little stronger. Mm-hmm. I mean, because somebody's going to jump back into that second unit and see what happens, man. I'm either one, OG or Randall is going to make the starting unit a stronger crew. It just depends on who comes back first.
Yeah. Real talk. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Julian, Nick Yak, piece of the God, Olawad, Knowledge, my brother. Salute to JJ, Julian, Cameron, Parrish, Douglas was good, my man. Travel Vibe, the whole clique, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight. Next we'll talk post game. It's a wrap. Divine Shaw Power. Knicks fell short last night, 116 and 102, but we live to fight another day. It is what it is. Salute to Andrew and everybody. But Nick Yak, I do agree with you. Mitchell Robinson will be the starting center, ladies and gentlemen, when he get back. And let's not make no mistake about that. You don't lose your starting spot because you got injured. Now you see how bad we missed Mitchell Robinson last night. He will be the starting center for the New York Knicks. I have no problem with that. When Mitchell Robinson and Anunoby and a Julius Randle front line is going to be tough to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm not even sweating the loss last night. Boston kind of supposed to beat us last night. Yeah, we wanted to win that game, but we knew when it came down man for man, team for team, we just not where they at. Our best three players, not our best three, but three of our starters was out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care who you are in the NBA. You miss three starters, somebody going to whoop your butt anyway. But we had a great effort. We just came up short. But you could see why we missing the guys that we are missing as well, how important they are to our team. So I'm not even worried about the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not worried about it whatsoever. When our boys get healthy, it's going down. I think it will happen. But here is another thing I want to piggyback off of too from last night. Tibbs, and I know we always get on Tibbs about leaving guys in. Jason Tatum was in with a minute left last night. Tibbs is not the only coach that does this stuff. I think sometimes we try to beat up Tibbs because he lead guys in the game late. All these coaches do that, man.
I think Tatum had like 44 minutes last night, or one of them had 40-something minutes last night. So you complain about OG playing 40 minutes, and this is on a regular. This ain't like Tom Thibodeau. I got it, Devon. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, I was just saying because I think if you watch the NBA overall, not just the Knicks, because that's what these guys get paid for, man. These cats, listen, they had the Knicks up by 14. They still in the game. So, and so I'm just saying that because you look at a lot of these coaches, that's what they do. That's what they get paid for. They get paid to do it. They take them out when they feel like, and sometimes it was interesting to me. It ain't that they're not trying to get him out. A timeout don't come up yet. It could be like 3 minutes left. And and they be waiting on the sideline to switch the players out, and the timeout don't come up yet. Because whether the referee didn't get or a foul didn't get called. So I just wanted to bring that up because I just think that sometimes we get on Tibbs about that, but a lot of coaches do that. I've seen all the great coaches do that. Not great coaches, but coaches in the NBA. So, but you know what? Like last night, I was like, man, it don't matter what happened. Salute to Jalen Brunson. The Brunson burner had it going, 9 assists. 34, they couldn't do nothing with him. He just needed somebody else to step up with him last night. To kind of ease it a little bit. And we didn't have it last night. So it is what it is. But, I'm looking forward to the next 5-6 games. And then after that, we'll see some reinforcement come back in and we'll see where it's really going to go down. Because I really believe I don't care where the Knicks land at. I still think fully healthy. This is one of the best teams in the NBA, fully healthy. Because see, you asking Alex Burks and Bogdan them to do things that probably Anunoby can't do, Randall can't do, Mitchell Robinson can't do. You ask these guys, we ask them to be these guys. They are not them guys. You know what I mean? That's why they're not all-stars. Randall's an all-star. You know, Mitchell Robinson, defense player of the year. These guys we ask them to do, they not these guys. So we can't expect Bogdan to be Randall. We can't expect Alex Burks to be this guy. We can't even expect Precious Chua to be Anunoby. You know what I mean? Anunoby's defense is elite. Precious Chua all right, but he's not Anunoby. You know what I mean? Hartenstein is all right. Much as we give Hartenstein praise, he's still not Mitchell Robinson. Let's not get it twisted. He is not Mitchell Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. And him playing with a sore Achilles. So so to me, I think we got even Jerome. We love these guys, but they're not them guys. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we got to kind of realize how important these three guys that we have. Mr. Mitchell, Julius Randle, all NBA. Bogdan is not all NBA. Precious Chua is not all NBA. None of these guys are all NBA. Julius Randle is. So when you're missing an all NBA and an all-star in your team, it's gonna cause your team not to be good as they're gonna be, because shit, if Julius Randle was there last night, we beat Boston. Even just Julius Randle. Just Julius Randle, we beat Boston last night. You know what I mean? Because he gonna give you 25, 11, and 5. Did anybody in that lineup other than Jalen Brunson give you 25 points last night? No. You know, so I think that's why I'm confident with this team, because I know how good this team gonna be. And I think that's important that we just, a lot of people roll Julius Randle for it, but now you see how important this man is to us. You know what I mean? He's an important part about what we do, man. And so we just gotta, just hope that these guys come back healthy, man, because you missing all-stars and defensive juggernauts like Anunoby, probably top 5, top 10 in the NBA in defense from a standpoint like that. And we would have had him last night. Jaylen Brown probably wouldn't have dropped 30 on the Knicks last night if Anunoby was there. You know what I mean? Or Jason Tatum wouldn't have got what he got off. If Mitchell Robinson was there, Porzingis probably would have got the 3 from outside. But fall down in the paint, a lot of them cats, them buckets they was getting in the paint, you wasn't getting that with Mitchell Robinson there. And I can guarantee you that. So that's to me is what's really important, that we don't lose sight of, that our team is better, man. They give Boston a game last night, whatever. We'll see you cats down the line. Matter of fact, we got y'all another 4, but and March the 4th, the 11th, or something like that. I'll put the schedule up in a minute. But Paris said OG on Tatum and Randall on Brown is the quality. Yeah, equally. Facts, Paris. And that's what it is to me, Shot Power. We just didn't have a lot of it last night, man. But salute to them. But our Knicks still gonna keep it going, man. We, like I said, we got my man Quentin Grimes coming in the building tomorrow night. We get to see Quentin Grimes back on the opposing team tomorrow. Then after that, we got a back-to-back against New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson coming to the building.
that means we're gonna see Evan tomorrow. Watch out for Evan tomorrow.
You will see Evan tomorrow. You're gonna want to light it up.
Watch out for Evan. He gonna want to score 40 tomorrow.
Yep. But tomorrow should be a different task. But if you look at where we at right now, from a standpoint, we still sitting there pretty good. The Celtics doing what they doing. Cleveland 36-19, Bucks 37-21. We 34-23. That could have easily been 35-22 last night. It's still only like a game and a half behind them. Sixers 33-24. I think that without Embiid, they're going to be going down. I think the Pacers, they offense is decent, but their defense, I don't think they stay there. I think the team going to be in the 5th spot to me is the Miami Heat. I think Miami Heat leapfrog the Magic, the Pacers, and the 76ers. These cats is a championship caliber team. I'm talking about forward their pedigree. Not saying that their team they got this year's championship, but as long as you got Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra there, they always going to be in the mix. So I do think that the 76ers will fall out with Embiid. I think the Pacers and the Magic, I think what's going to happen is the Heat going to leapfrog them guys. I do think the Knicks, the Cavaliers, the Bucks, and the Knicks going to be in that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I do think Knicks still end up a little higher, because I think once we get our guys back, it's gonna be game on. So, but
I wish we was healthy and the season started right now. I mean, I wish we were even if we didn't have Mitchell Robinson back and just had OG or Randall, because the matchups right now is if you look at the eight teams right now, Heat to play the Celtics, which is gonna be hard. Magic's gonna play the Cavaliers. That's gonna be hard. The biggest matchup, I think, and this is just me, I'm just throwing scenarios out there, but Celtics better watch out for if Miami drops down to 8th, you know what I mean? Magic, I mean, And Milwaukee better really watch out if the Pacers. Both those teams are beat up on those teams that I just mentioned, the Celtics and the Bucks. I know that the playoffs are a totally different animal, but right now that those matchups, you know what I mean, and Cavs will possibly play Miami. I mean, that's a somebody might get rocked out of that top four. You know what I mean? Somebody might get rocked out of that top four. You know what I mean? I want to stay. I just say it like this, man. I want us to stay equivalent to wherever the 76ers drop down to. If they drop down to 7th, then we need to move to 2nd. They drop down to 6th, then we got to move into 3rd. And I hope that they can hold the 6th spot because I don't want to think about going to 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. For me, man, I'm like, whatever happens, wherever the chips fall, they're gonna fall. You know what I mean? And,
right.
Yeah, but I agree with you. But like I said, you look at did Miami Heat beat the Celtics last year in the East Conference Finals to get to the finals? So and like I said, to me, Cleveland, I ain't scared. I ain't worried about Cleveland. Cleveland got a couple of guys. We got 3 or 4 guys. This Knicks team is way better than the team Cleveland played last year. No question about it. From a first player to the last player, the New York Knicks is better than the team that beat Cleveland 4-1 last year. They better than the team that lost to Miami 4-2. Think about last year. We didn't have Anunoby. We didn't have Precious Achiuwa. We didn't have these guys. We had still some of our younger guys finding their way. But now we brought in we didn't have Steven Chinzo last year. We still had a bunch of young guys who were Knicks drafted. You know what I mean? And so to me, this team is way better than the team that we played last year in the final. And I do think when we get healthy, we're going to show improvement. Knicks say, listen, and I don't think the Knicks will be. I think the Knicks will still be in that 4-3 spot. I think they'll be there. And like I said, you got to tread water until we get healthy. And I think we will. See, because a lot of these teams, Shaw Powers, to me, just like the 76ers, they lose Joel Embiid, they fall. We lose Julius Randle, we fall. When you lose one of your best players, and you don't have nobody who can do what he do, you're gonna take that. You're gonna take them nicks and bruises. Let's put it like that. Suit to Tom Crow. Yeah, we're gonna take them nicks and bruises. We're gonna take some L's, man. That's just you can't get around that. You know what I mean? And because there's nobody on the Knicks, nobody could replace Julius Randle. Nobody. Whether you like him or not, there's nobody on the Knicks. Now I say this for every year. Without Julius Randle, the Knicks go nowhere. I've been saying that for the last 4 years. Without Julius Randle, the New York Knicks go nowhere. Period. You can't replace an all-star like that if you don't got another all-star. You can't replace 25, 10, and 5. You can't replace that if you don't have it on your team. There's nobody on that team can do what Julius Randle do. Nobody. So I think we got to just hope that Julius Randle come back a little bit more healthier. What I seen, Shaw Powell yesterday, running up and down the court, looking pretty stellar. Body looked good, shooting some little mid-range here and there. He will be back, ladies and gentlemen. How soon? Who knows? But I'm comfortable with this team, man. I'm not worried about the Knicks. Real talk, man. Let's take the L's now. I'd rather take the L's now than take them in March and April. Take the L's now. Okay, whatever. Because when they come out, we go on a run. Then we be right back up there where we at. Take the L's now. I'd rather take them now than take them in the playoffs. I'd rather take them now than take them in April. You know what I mean?
We already said we're going 17-10, so we 1-1 right now since we said that.
Right.
Yeah, we 1-1.
Yeah, you're right, Parrish. He can make us close though. He can, and that's what I mean. Anunoby was missed last night. Parrish, he was missed.
I thought so. Every time I said something, it was about OG.
OG was missed last night because that cat got the defense to slow them cats down. You know what I mean? So we missed OG big time last night, and we just needed a guy like him last night because it was our defense that lost the game last night. It wasn't the offense, but because their defense is that good. If we would have had Anunoby last night, I think that could have made a difference. Because I don't think Jaylen Brown would have went off like that. Because Tiz would have been like, okay, Precious Achiuwa did a good job on Jason Tatum last night. You know what I mean? Did. So if you would have had Anunoby out there, it probably made a difference because Anunoby could have slowed Jaylen Brown down last night. You know what I mean? With the side, the strength, he's strong just like my man that ain't got more height. So I'm good with these boys, man. I really am, man. I'm excited about the Knicks, man.
Tatum only had 20, 21, 22 points last night. He he didn't kill us. Like he didn't have a 40-point game. Brown had the big game. And if we had OG last night, I think it would have been a little. I don't think he may have scored 30, but it would have surely been like 15 for 35 percentage wise or something like that. You know what I mean? He would have made the field goal percentage a little different. So and like I said, man, we only lost by 14 points. Yeah, now we have Precious Achiuwa. We can, I'm not say guaranteed, but I think he could have got us 15 points last night. We'd have had Julius Randle, even with the bum shoulder. I think he could have got us 17 points last night with 7 assists. You know what I mean? Just getting back in the game. He might have turned the ball over 5 times, but I mean, I think he could have got us 5-6 rebounds, 7 to 6, 17 points last night. I mean, we just looking for these guys. The real reason I just want them to get on the court so they can shake the rust off. So when we do get into April, they already got their lungs is already burning and they ready. That's what I want to do. I don't want them to wait till after the 15th and then you only got 6 games to get in there. I want them to get at least 14, 15 games before the end of the year. You know what I mean? We got 16 left. Well, we played 2 already. We got 15 left. I want them to get 10, 12 games in good, all on the court before I, to see what's going on.
Yeah, facts. JJ, you said, would you put, answer JJ in a couple of answer a couple of takes. Said, would you guys put OG on Tatum or Brown? That depends on me, JJ, who's in that. If you talking about just like last night, I probably would have put him on Brown because I think Precious Achiuwa had my man Jason Tatum pretty much in a lock for a lot yesterday. You know what I mean? That size bothered Tatum a little bit. So Brown was the one that DiVincenzo couldn't deal with. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I caught JJ to answer the question. I went to OG on Jaylen Brown last night, just at least from my perspective, because Precious Achiuwa did a good job on my man Jason Tatum. He wasn't the one to beat us last night. I just think it was the 3-point shooting and Jaylen Brown 30. Because you got to remember, Jalen Brunson kind of offset that with 34 itself. You know what I mean? That's why I said we was missing Julius Randle, because Julius Randle could have got Porzingis or Tatum's numbers last night. That could have changed the whole dynamic of that game, because if he would have put up his normal numbers, which is 25 or whatever, that would have offset Jason Tatum or Porzingis last night. So, but I do, to answer your question, I would have put him on Jaylen Brown, because DiVincenzo wasn't big enough for that dude. You know what I mean? He just was. But DiVincenzo tried to play the best he can, but he just had it going. But he wouldn't have did that on Anunoby. So, I think I would have did that shot powers. But, if you look at, to me, like the Bucks beat the Sixers tonight, today. Pacers beat the Mavericks that offense is lethal they got in Indiana. They beat the Mavericks by 20. Cavaliers won today. They beat the Wizards. So, a lot of teams. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, prime example. In the third quarter, the Atlanta Hawks is beating the Orlando Magic by 13. And I don't even think Trae Young going to play, because he's going to be out 4 weeks. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. The Magic, they not going to beat them. They not overtaking the Miami Heat in them. That's a young team. It ain't their time yet to me. I think if the Hawks beat them tonight, and, that just goes to show you, matchups matter. And what I think the reason why I think the Hawks can beat the Magic tonight, because the matter of fact, if it weren't for Banchero's 3-point shot last night, they fall to Detroit and Quentin Grimes them last night. He hit a 2-point shot and got fouled with by 0.6 seconds, not even a second. And he threw a head fake. My man, Jalen Dorn jumped into him. Banchero deflected up there and went in. They won the game. If it weren't from that, they almost lost to the Detroit Pistons. I'm telling y'all, them cats is young. The Magic would not be in that 5th spot or whatever. They're going to fall, because it ain't their turn yet. They don't got enough experience, I say, to deal with the teams like the Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Bucks and all that. I understand they beat these cats in the regular season. In the playoffs is different. It's the pressure. So now when you get to the play, the pressure going to mount, and them young guys are not ready for this. So I do think the Magic will fall down there. I think the Bulls beating the Pelicans right now, but the teams in front of us won tonight. The Cavaliers beat the Wizards. The Bucks beat the 76ers. So, I think we remain in that 4th spot right now, and I'm cool with that. And even with the Sixers losing, so we even though we lost last night, we got that half a game back because the Sixers lost tonight. So all the Knicks got to do is win tomorrow and hopefully beat the Pelicans. We good. We not getting out that 4th spot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling y'all, it ain't happening. I think the Sixers without Embiid, I don't think the Magic good they playing in the regular season, and I don't think the Pacers going to stand up where they at. I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? I think the Pacers got a better chance because they got Pascal Siakam, Halliburton, and some good players down there, and they got a little bit more experience. Like Pascal Siakam been to the finals. These cats been there, so they got a little bit more experience there for me personally. But let's see how it goes, Shop Out. I think the Knicks come out and play tomorrow and try to get this W, man, and get that game back we lost, the past night. And I think it is what it is. We keep it moving, man. But I'm still excited about the team. We just got to keep hope alive, like they say.
Yeah, hope for these players to come back. That's all I'm waiting for, man. Like I said, I marked down on my calendar and my mental calendar that by next Friday they're going to say Julius Randle is going to be playing on that 3rd. I think we played March 3rd. That he's going to say on Friday that he's ready to come back and he'll be back for that March 3rd game. Who we play on March 3rd, Divine?
March 30th.
No, 3rd.
March the 3rd. We will have. Let me get that for you guys right quick. The Knicks game, and I'll tell you exactly who we playing. Here we go. On the 3rd, the New York Knicks have the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland.
That's why I think he's coming. That's the game I think he's coming back. And if it's not Julius Randle, it's OG Anunoby. I think that game, one of those guys will come back. And that following week on the 8th, I think we have a Friday night game that Friday. I think it's the 76ers or something like that. I think you'll see either Randle or OG back that day. And the following week after that, the 15th of March, I think we'll hear about Mitchell Robinson coming back sometime the week of the 15th.
Oh, yeah, real talk. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it this way. Let's look at what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, starting tomorrow, the New York Knicks got the Detroit Pistons tomorrow. And then after that, the next game back to back, they got the Pelicans. And then Thursday, they got the Golden State Warriors. They've been playing good ball. You know what I mean? They got the Golden State Warriors at MSG. We go to Cleveland. We have like 3 days off, 4 days off. Then we go to Cleveland. So that's good. I think I'm with you on that, Shop Howard. After that Warrior game, they had like 3 or 4 days off. 3 days off, let's say 3 days off. Because that's a short be the last of the month. Then we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then we got the Hawks at the Garden. We got the Magic at the Garden. We got the Sixers at the Garden. We got the Sixers again at the Garden. Then we go out to play Trailblazers. We go out to play the Kings. We go out to play the Warriors. And then obviously we play the Nuggets. And then we play the Nets at home. We got the Pistons back again at home. Then we go play quickly them. So I say all this here. I think the Knicks going to be fine because I think we win the Pistons game tomorrow. And I think we can beat the Pelicans game. We come to play hard. Warriors going to be a tough game in the Garden because they're playing pretty good right now, ladies and gentlemen. They're playing some good basketball. But I do think when that guy come back, Cleveland game going to be a toss-up. I think we beat the Hawks. I think we beat the Magic. Even though we didn't beat the Magic the last couple of games, you will see us beat them cats on that Friday. Then we got the Sixers 2 times, back to back, and 2 back home at home. So I do think we beat the Sixers 2 times. They both at MSG with no Embiid. So I'm still optimistic about that. When I look at the schedule, I still see
that 8th. I think another guy come back on the 8th and one guy come back on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm pretty much optimistic about what's going on. I think we got a chance to get about this thing without losing too much ground. And let's see how it goes because it's going to be important that we go out there and just keep scrapping and keep clawing, keep fighting. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm excited about it, Shop Powell. I don't see the Knicks doing nothing different than they're doing now. Just going out there, crossing T's and dotting I's. Like I said, your hand down, man down, your man down, your hands down. And we're going to be all right, though. Like I said, I got the Knicks probably right now in the next 10. I'm going to go 7-3. I think 7-3 because I like the way the schedule panning out. Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you think we beat Detroit tomorrow?
Yep.
Do you think we beat the Pelicans the day after that? Zion and them guys.
I'm going. Of course, I'm going to say yes, but it's that's an asterisk. I put an asterisk around that game.
Okay, after Warriors and Knicks at the Garden. These all Garden games now.
I want them to beat Golden State. I don't want to say I hate Golden State, but ever since whatchamacallit won his title shooting championship at the Garden, I can't stand him. So every time anything, I don't care what team is going up against Golden State, I want them to lose.
So Chris got 8-2. So right now, Let me finish going through that, and we'll jump back at it.
That's 3. So that's let's say 2-1. Let's say 2-1.
Okay, yeah. AP got yes for Detroit, no to the Pels. Okay, so that's I'm looking at what 2-1 from your perspective. You're saying 2-1. Now Cleveland, Knicks in Cleveland.
And that's the game we get one of our players back. That's the third game, right? That's March 3rd.
Correct.
Yeah, we get one of our players back. That might be OG. I know we win that game.
Okay. Knicks and the Hawks at the Garden on the 5th.
4-1.
Knicks and Magic at the Garden.
5-1.
Knicks and Sixers at the Garden.
6-1.
Knicks and Sixers again at the Garden.
7-1.
Then we go Knicks and Blazers in Portland.
I'm going to say that's when we're gonna go on a little run. I'm going to say 8-1. Let's go 8-1.
8-1. Okay, then we got the Kings who probably could beat us if we ain't healthy. We got the Warriors in Golden State. So 8-3.
8-3.
Then we got the Nuggets and the Knicks. Let's say 8-4.
Let's say 8-4.
Then we got the Knicks and the Nets. Knicks
9-4.
Then we got the Knicks and the Pistons in New York.
10-4.
We got the Knicks and the Raptors up in Toronto.
11-4.
Knicks and the Spurs in San Antonio.
12-4.
Knicks and the Thunder in MSG.
All right, let's go 12. Let's go 12-5. Let's go 12-5. Just to make it sound like I ain't being too biased.
Okay, then April, you got the Knicks and the Heat in Miami.
Knicks and the Heat, we beat them. That's 12-5. That's 13-5.
Okay, now we got the Knicks back on April 4th in New York against the Kings. 13-5.
Let's say what we at 13-5. We at 12-5 now, right? So that let's say 12-6.
You think the Kings will beat us in MSG on April?
I don't think they're going to beat us in MSG, but I don't know what the next game is, so I'm going to say 12-6 because we're getting close to 20-something games now.
Right.
That's 18 games now.
And then we got the Knicks and the Bulls in Chicago.
I think we beat the Bulls.
Then we got Knicks and Bucks in Milwaukee on April 7th.
I want to beat them.
Okay. So then that's how we close it out. We close it out with the Bulls on April 9th, Bulls and Knicks in Chicago. We got the Knicks and the Celtics in Boston. Then we close it out with the Knicks and the Nets and the Knicks and the Bulls. I still think.
All right, that's 4 games. I'm gonna just say by then we already made 17 wins already. So I say we lose. We don't lose the last 4, but just to make it like that 10 and 17, I'll give those 4 games away. But I think from some of the higher games that I said that we will win, I think we want to beat Boston. I think we want to be. I want to beat Boston again this year. I want to beat Boston with a fully. By then we'll have a fully healthy roster. So I think we can beat them that game. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to take it away. I'm going to say 18-5. So 18-5 plus we got 20-some games. Yeah. So let's say with 4 more games, 18-5. So that's 18-9 we going. Yeah, 18-9.
Yeah, because the Knicks right now is 50. They done play 57 games. So we got 25 games left.
Yeah, 25.
So the Knicks 25, and the Knicks need 16 to reach 50. So yeah, I still think we good because by then we have more firepower back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's 18-7. Then that makes 25. 18-7 makes 25. 18-7. That's being a homer, but 18-7. However, it break down. Even if in the 25 games, if we can go 15-10, I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need 16. I need 50 wins, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, that's right. We all predicted 50 wins. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so I look at that schedule. I say all that to say we got a lot of home games that we could definitely go out there and win, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I think in the next 10 we go 7-3 at least. I'm like Chris Rose at 8-2. I love to see that as well. But I do think we'll be okay. I'm not too much worried about it. Like I said before, you know it, the month will be over. And like you said, by the 3rd, which I think I might agree. I will agree with you on that, shot powers. And I know we might come back with Cleveland.
Right. I think that 3rd game, one of our big guys come back in that next game. The next week, I think it's the 8th or the 10th. I think we get the opposite player, either Randall or OG, or OG and Randall, however it flips down. I think by that week of the 8th, and I think by the week of the 15th, I think we got a game of the 14th. I think we'll hear some about Mitchell Robinson coming back for the 14th game. So let's get it in. Let's get it.
Yeah, let me real quick. And what do you think about? I know it's early, ladies and gentlemen, but because I think Paris Duggar put it up there. Who do you think, if you had to look at it right now, Shy Powell, who do you think won't be on the Knicks next year? Who do you think won't be on the Knicks?
I'm throwing it out there, you know what I mean? And I'm just throwing it out there because I've seen some stuff out there because the Knicks may want to go ahead and go get Donovan done. I think we may not see Julius Randle. And I mean Julius Randle, Hardenstein, we may not see those guys. I think the starting lineup is going to be Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achiuwa, and OG Anunoby with Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. I mean that's one of the things something that I read that caught my eye. I was like, if they still pushing to get Donovan Mitchell, which I don't think they will, but whoever that player is going to be, it'll probably be something similar to that lineup. They may want to move over Julius Randle, but I don't think OG is definitely not. I mean, Hardenstein, I don't think is coming back next year unless he takes a lesser money. I think somebody's going to offer him 4 years, 68, $72 million, or how 17 million a year, however that breaks down or whatever. I think we're going to get outbid for Hardenstein, and let it be known that it's not like it's a bad to let him go. Of course, we're all going to hate it, but I mean since he's been here, he's been ailing with that Achilles. You know what I mean? And I hate for him to sign a big contract here and then he pops and that thing pops. I mean, the best thing for him is to get rest for the Achilles and let them do all that massage and masseuse and rubbing it down in the tremble gun and all that other stuff to get that leg in back in, but he has to rest. That's the biggest thing with those Achilles things is rest. And I think he played so good this year that I think he played himself out of the Knicks. So I think we signed OG. His base signing is going to be about $8 million or somewhere around there. He's only 24. He's just probably coming off his rookie contract not too long ago. If it's this year, I think it might be this year. He's 24, so he must have came in the league around 20. So we might could get him on a discounted price and let Hardenstein go and see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Coach, I swear, man. Before you I was leaning toward that. Hey, Coach, if the Minnesota Timberwolves don't get to where I think they want to go, you might see that. And the fourth, my question, who I think will be there, let me say this here. I don't think iHeart going to be there. I don't think Alex Burks going to be there. Bogdan dependent. I'm going to say depending on what he's willing to take for like maybe a couple of 3 years or whatever. So but let's say, because he do have a $2 million guarantee, non-guarantee, something like that. Let's say that. So, and then I'm also going to have to say, let's say Alex Burks. I'm going to go iHeart. Let's say we do throw Bogey in there. I think there might be 3 guys that I think definitely might not be there because, depending on how far the Knicks go at the end of the year and where they go and where they get to. But I'm with you, Coach, on that for this reason. I could see them doing a sign and trade with iHeart and sending Bogey's top contract. And if you send Julius Randle out there for Cat, I can literally see the Knicks doing that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying they will. CAA connection, Metuchen, New Jersey kid, having a good damn year, kind of healthy this year, but I would not put it past them, Coach, that they go out there and try to get that cat up in here. And that's very possible. So, we definitely gonna keep our eye with my ear to the ground once the season over. But I think this team gonna get a little bit revamped. Shaw Powell said they could see him bringing in Donovan Mitchell. That's definitely a possibility. My brother Boulevard 73 said he looking at Mikal Bridges. I'm wondering.
That's what I would want.
Right.
But
the Nets.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they decide that they want to tear it down, and we could give them all the first round picks that they want. You know what I mean? Everybody said, oh, they'll be mid-20s and all that. So you think they can't put them things together and move up in the draft? Come on, if they get two draft picks in 24, you think they can't put them together and move up in the draft a little bit? Somebody in that starting unit ain't gonna want that starting player because of the salary that's coming into their team. Possible. You know what I mean? That salary coming into the team as a top 10 player makes a difference sometimes in certain why people make different type of trades. That's why you see people moving up in the trade, moving back in the trade, and stuff like that. You get a second round player, you only guaranteed a certain amount of money. You are top 10 in the thing, you almost guaranteed $10 million coming out, or almost something similar to that. So that makes a difference when you go into a team that might be at that brink of might not have the money to take on your contract. It's making some stupid stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I think we could offer them 6 first round picks and both done with this expiring contract. Maybe they might be willing to take 6 picks from us. And I mean the 224s, the 25 that ain't ours, the 20s, the 26th, the 28th. Or something like that, they probably can, something to think about. Couple of seconds, throwing bogey in there to get them some money off their books or something like that. See what happens.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm pretty much with Will. Now, just my opinion. Not saying nobody's right or wrong. I'm with Will. I don't think they just get either one of them guys. This is the reason why I say it. Jalen Brunson about to get $45 million, ladies and gentlemen. Who would you rather have, Donovan Mitchell for $50 million or OG Anunoby, who would take a CAA discount for $25 million? If you keep Randall there, I don't know if they're gonna want to. They got a Donovan Mitchell already, which is Jalen Brunson. What my concern is, then how you going to give Anunoby 25 to 30 million, and then you might have to re-up somebody else. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know, but we also got to look at the salary cap implications. How, you're going to have, if you get Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Anunoby, and Randall, you're going to have a weak-ass bench. I tell you that right now, because you damn near spending almost 150. I understand the cap situation, but I think that applies to right now. Know who that applies to me? The Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, KD, somebody else, and they bench suck because they ain't got no money. That's what I'm concerned about, is that how we going to – I know we can go over the cap. That don't mean they want to, but I think Jalen Brunson going to get his money. He already in his second year. Next year it'll be his third year. When his contract come up, him and Donovan Mitchell contract come up together, are you willing to give $100 million to 2 players? That's what we got to think about.
You know the Knicks and I forgot it. Brock Aller know how to work wonders. They'll ask Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle to sign for that last year and bring in a big player, and then go into the next contract year without just being your first time as going into the apron. And I mean, the people that get killed on the apron deals is teams that are repetitive in the apron deal. That's when you get all of those big penalties. Now this will be their first year going into the apron, so they can actually ask. I'm not saying that they will sign these guys to that additional year that they don't go for that big contract, and bring in a big player and go over the luxury tax and still be okay, because they're not getting that repeater tax. And by the end of the year, they have to make their, and still have be able to keep Josh Hart and DiVincenzo's and players like that, and Anunoby. I mean, and Precious Achua. It's some ways that you can finagle it. It's all about money. Brock Aller is already got the deal worked out. He probably got 5 different deals already worked out.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because this is a good conversation, and we need to. Let me ask you a question. I don't think Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle would do that for this reason. What about they get injured? They take a 1-year deal and get injured. They done lost their max money. He done lost.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the old NBA they would do that. Like maybe 5 years ago, Jalen Brunson already took a hometown discount. Julius Randle took a discount. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm wondering, would they do that 1 year deal, knowing that if they go out there and get injured, and you only got a contract for 1 year guaranteed, you know, I don't know if the modern day NBA players would do that, because you know, you just like look at prime example Julius Randle right now. Thank God he got injured on when he still got 3 years left on his deal, because I think that this NBA nowadays, I'm not saying it won't happen, but I don't know if Jalen Brunson going to do that, and knowing that if he twist and break a leg, he'll never be the same, or you know what I mean? It's these NBA players right now about their bag. Put it like this here: these cats want their bag, but it's gonna be interesting to see how this pan out. So, but knowing the Knicks, we got a pretty good team right now with the way if everybody come out healthy. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they could do. I think you get the good thing about Shaw Powell. You lose Alex Burks $10 million next year. You ain't to worry about that. So you're gonna have if you don't sign iHeart, you save another 13 or 14, 15 million. You know, and I think Alex Burks' money and Hartenstein money goes to Anunoby. Let me say that. I'm going to comment.
Yeah.
Anunoby, I think Anunoby would take 25 and be happy. So I think Alex Burks' money, and let's say, like I said, iHeart money probably wound up being Anunoby's raise. So now you got the Bogdan. Who else you going to get off that team that could bring some money in here? The only one you can see is Julius Randle.
You got to think about Josh Hart's getting his new contract next year too.
Right.
So that Bogdan money might be, however we get off of Bogdan, might be a play. I'm pretty sure next year we are going into that luxury cap, and how they go into that luxury cap is all going to be on how Brock Aller works his wonders. You know what I mean? And the best thing is that we didn't go over it this year, or to that into the apron, or whatever they call that thing, the second apron, because then we would have repetitive tax on. Now it'll be 2 years that you done it. Now we got to penalize you. But if we go into it next year, it's not going to affect us as much, especially if we go in and we bring in somebody big. That's why everybody keep talking about, you know, this big fish that we're supposed to be picking up. You know what I mean? Next year, if we can go over the luxury tax, because it'll be our first year, we won't get penalized yet. Right. If I'm not mistaken, we won't get penalized yet. It'll be at the end of the season or something like that when we go back into 25, 26, you know, and then it'll be that repetitive tax. But if the Knicks win the title, that repetitive tax don't mean nothing. Right. I don't know how much the tax goes for and all that stuff, but I paid attention to it a little bit. I heard a couple of people talk about it, and you know, we can go into that first luxury tax next year, coming in this summer. You know what I mean, and sign a big player, and hopefully that we can finagle some other deals with the players that we got on the team, and still have 4 players that are, you know, 4 players that is almost $200 million or something like that.
Nick Yak said Precious needs a contract. We can't go over next year because you can't sign free agent Mitchell. So, like I said, to me, and that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Nick Yak, because I didn't even mention Precious Achiuwa. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all might think I'm tripping. You might not see Mitchell Robinson next year.
That's a fact.
You might not see iHeart, Mitchell Robinson, Bogdan. You might not see Alex Burks. I mean, you know, you got the Villanova boys locked up for 4 years. But, you know, like Josh Hart contract, like Shaw Powell said, Josh Hart 18 kick in. You know, Shinzo already getting his bag. Jalen Brunson going to be up for it pretty soon. So so it's going to be some Knicks that you might not even see there next year. You know what I mean? And you never know. I'm just only throwing out hypotheticals. We don't know. I don't know who's going to be. I don't know who's not going to be here. But I just do think that we got a lot of tough decisions to make, because you know, it depends on what happened this year. You know, if the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Finals and they be like, okay.
Yeah, if we win the title this year, everybody coming back fully signed. We keep it hard. Everybody's gonna be signed. Everybody gonna have a nice little contract. We're gonna go over that apron, whatever they want to talk about, because we won the championship. So that's what I'm hoping to alleviate all this stuff we talking about. We need to win a championship this year, so we ain't got to worry about seeing two or three of our guys that we don't want to go. You know what I mean? Go and the simple plan is to win the championship.
Yep,
win the championship, we can go over that apron next year.
True. Coach said we can't sign any free agents. We have no money for Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen, Donovan Mitchell about to get a super max. He's eligible for a super max extension. Jalen Brunson, Nick's gonna have to give that man $45 million. He is worth every penny of that. You know what I mean? So you talk about not, and what's the salary cap? 146 next year, and the luxury is 170, something of that nature. I can tell you right now, Jalen Brunson, even though he's not eligible for it next year, I'm saying he's going to be due in another year or whatever. He's going to get his money. I think you might lose Julius Randle. I'll put it like that. I think you might lose Julius Randle.
I'm saying that.
Yep, and that's what it is. I don't know what you mean. Oh my God, Erwin Nervestein, whatever.
That's probably something in the chat.
Okay, but no matter what it is, anybody's movable. But I do agree that you can make it happen with Mitchell Robinson's 13, 14. His contract is declining. Is going down, I think, next couple of years, 13, 12. The only reason I bring up Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson, it can't stay on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the Knicks might be willing to, and this is why I understand what Coach was saying. Though, listen, nobody, you might not like Cat. I don't think the Knicks want to give up no $60 million on him neither. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting to see. But great conversation though. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Y'all keep the guy to pop it up in there. We're gonna go on for another 14 minutes. We're gonna get up out of the building. But great conversation. It's gonna be interesting because like Shaw said, Brock Aller got to do a lot of wheeling and dealing. Him and Leon rolled them. So far, so good. But I do believe if the Brooklyn Nets, you got a chance of getting McHale than a lot of them got, because he only on a $23-25 million deal. You know what I mean? That's
ideal.
Yeah, I think you can get him before you get Donovan and all the guy, because you got the pieces to trade in that. You got the draft picks. You got everything you need to get them guys. You know what I mean? So I could definitely see that pop if the Nets was willing to trade him. Not saying they willing to trade him though. If Jalen Brunson makes it all NBA, Supermax City, facts, Will. Facts. And I think he on the way there. So like I said, it's gonna be interesting, man. You think they got their plate full now? In another year or two, it's gonna be interesting. It really is, man. But great conversation, man. Real talk. Y'all cats got to go on. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Everybody.
That's a good chat right there, Nick Gack.
Yeah, man. Real talk. Bogdo $2 million buyout, save $17 million. Burks $10 million. That's 27 plus increased cap to give OG Hartenstein and Precious a raise. We are close in money. Yeah, I agree with you on the Nick Gack. It all depends what the Knicks gonna do. But I do think one of them two won't be here next year, whether it's Hartenstein or Robinson, because Mitchell Robinson got a good contract. He got a good contract. He got it. He started 17, 15, I think 13 and 12. So his 60 million is now in that, and then the last two stages. I got to see about that. So that means Nick Yak. So if we do that, that's saying that you don't think the Knicks are bringing nobody, or you thinking if we don't bring in nobody and we sign OG, Hartenstein, Precious, a raise, and we leave it at that and don't bring in nobody. If that's what you're applying, let me know, Nick Yak. That's a good one right there. So let me know that's what you're talking about, because it's gonna be interesting. We gotta see who out there, man. We're gonna see some disgruntled man. We're gonna be out there. Now we gotta, if Julius Randle go into the all-season shop house with surgery, this is gonna be interesting. So we had to see if Pat Riley would love a guy like that. You ain't kidding, man, for real. But I don't know, man. It's all hypotheticals we throw in our head. We just trying to play GM a little bit. We ain't the GM, but we just trying to play GM for a little bit tonight, man, just to break up the conversation about the game last night. And good conversation, man. So everybody in chat, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man, for your brothers, man. Run them up with a thumbs up and all that good stuff, and we get it popping, man. But yeah, overall, man, I'm no matter what happens, we're gonna be okay in New York. That's for sure. I'm not concerned with what the Knicks gonna do. I trust and believe in what they're doing right now. But right now, the main thing is to get healthy and try to get this playoff run going, man, and get ready to the playoffs. And let me see. Nick Yak said, not until we sign Mitchell first, then we can use his bird rights for Brunson and Randall. Okay. That pretty much answers Shah's question right there. That makes sense to me. And don't get me wrong now, Jalen Brunson and fucking Donovan Mitchell backcourt. We would have had that last night with a bust their butt last night. So I ain't mad, you know what I mean? Real talk, man. We good thing about it, man. We got a leader there, Jalen Brunson. This team gonna get built around him. Let's make no mistake about that. Now I do like what Coach said. Coach said that Jalen Brunson and Cat pick and roll, deadly. You know what I mean? Now you got somebody who can stretch. See, now you got somebody who can do what Porzingis do. Stretch the floor, open up the lanes, and get it popping. That's why I like the thing. You know what I mean? The Cat shooting 40-something for downtown. He would give you what Porzingis give you and some. More rebounds and all that. So that's why I like that. Whether it would happen or not, I don't know. But that I can see why Coach put that out there, because I do think that Cat will be a deadly pick and roll for the Knicks with Pat Cat. You know what I mean? So, but it's gonna be interesting to see, man. And, great conversation for sure, man. Salute to you guys, man. But listen, man, we got like 10 minutes. We're gonna get about it. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We got the pregame tomorrow. Knicks in Detroit, Pistons, and we will also be on with Ron tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Right after we go off, we'll be on with Ron. I think what's the Rock Bachelon type thing, Shop House?
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, me too, man. I'm a Randall guy, man. Randall's put his work in, man. He has really been us. You know, I know he got issues every now and then, but the man's been stellar in New York. Since Randall's been here, we've been winning. And without Randall, we ain't winning now. So much of you might not like Randall or not, he brought a lot of like I said, some people, when you got a lot of pressure like Randall did when he first got here to be that guy because nobody else wanted to come to New York. KD them chickened out. At least Randall took it on himself to come here and try to get it popping. That's why I respect Randall. And he tried to fit in quote to the city. He represented the hip hop organization. And not only that, for every 3-point shot he giving it to Earl Monroe
Right.
School. Man, he doing a good thing for New York, man. And I love players like that who come on and take on the responsibility of being a part of the city. Randall has been part of the city, okay, because of the lack of defense, not hustling every now and then, or spinning and not winning. I get all that, but far as what he meant to the city, Randall's been pretty good for New York, ladies and gentlemen, because you do want guys who come here who represent the city, you know what I mean, and represents the culture, you know what I mean, and I respect him for that, man, because when he came here, the Knicks wasn't nothing. They wasn't nothing. When Julius Randle and Tom Thibodeau got here, we about to go on our third playoff run. That means a lot to me. You know what I mean? And he had his issues, but like that comes with pressure too. Think about it. Before Jalen Brunson got here, it was Julius Randle and whoever. You know what I mean? So think about it. Before Jalen Brunson came to New York, it was Julius Randle and a bunch of average players. The day he got here, Julius Randle and a bunch of average players. We thought Reggie Bullock was a shit. You know what I mean? He ain't even playing. Elvis Payton not even in the league. Notice well not even playing in the league. This is who Julius Randle had to go with in the playoffs the first year he got here. I mean, the first time they got to the playoffs. $5 million players, a $40 million starting lineup. Julius Randle was $19 million, RJ $10 million, Reggie Bullock $4 million, Elvis Payton $5 million, Nerlens Noel $5 million. Mitchell Roberts was hurt that year too. So Julius Randle took a $45 million starting roster. And, they lost a Trae Young. But look what he had around him, man. Didn't we get somebody like Jalen Brunson, now they get to the second round. I'll say all to say that I love guys who represent the city. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, they go hard for New York, man. So let's hope that he can, we keep him. I'm with it. I like Julius Randle. I think he represents the city real well. And like I said, he do a lot of good things for the city, man. I think what he's doing for Earl Monroe School is special. Because it ain't nothing like kids having a good education and people that have the money to keep the school going. So salute to Julius Randle. But other than that, we just got to win tomorrow night, Shop House. We got to go in here tomorrow night, try to get this Detroit Pistons team. Don't take them for granted. Like I said, they almost beat the Atlanta Magic last night, except for a buzzer beater. So we can't take it for granted, even though they down in the lower echelon of the NBA. That doesn't mean they're not NBA ball players. They won't come and play. You know what I mean? But we can't take them guys for granted tomorrow night. Then we got Zion Wilson, Brandon Ingram, and them the next day after that. So I'm hoping Knicks can go in and win these two. You know what I mean? And just keep us afloat a little bit. We take it from there, man. But other than that, it's all good. Nick, so see how it goes, Shot Palette, man. But we're gonna get here. I know you got to get on the grind in the morning, man. You know, God, like, but we got to get up out of here in another 6 minutes, man. So, but other than that, man, it's all good, man. It really is, man. And let's keep this thing 100 and let's go Knicks, man. We got to don't let that loss last night deter you. Like we lost to a team that just one of the best teams in the NBA. I don't even know no other way to say that. You know what I mean? Right. Oh, thank you, Andrew. That's what I was trying to say. The Hawks beat the Magic without Trae Young. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it ain't going down like that. I don't think that they're gonna. There you go. Yep, they lost. The Hawks beat them Cats by 109 and 92. Beat them by damn near 17 points, ladies and gentlemen. And that's without Trae Young. So take that for what it's worth. But you know, it is what it is. Warriors beating the Nuggets. That's interesting. By 12 in Golden State. Interesting. But yeah, man, we just got to keep it going, man, and all that good stuff. We get back at it tomorrow. Shot Powell, give me a last words, my brother, so we can get out of here. You can get out of here, get ready to do your thing. I got to do my thing and get on that grind, man, for sure.
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Let's get it. See you tomorrow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We might be like
Thursday. Yeah, we're
gonna be on a little bit.
We're gonna be.
I'm gonna have to go get me a haircut in between one of those days, but you know what I mean. We're gonna be on a couple of days in a row, so that's what it is.
Hey, Boulevard, salute to my man Boulevard. Yo, hey, listen, Boulevard, y'all had a popping this morning, brother. Where's Bone? Y'all was up in there. UJ Boogie, Soulfinger, Corey Lee, and Uncle Freezy had a popping this morning, man. You know, real talk, man. So y'all keep doing your thing down there, my brother. And sooner or later I get to get in there on a Sunday when I ain't got nothing going to get back in there with y'all. Cause I appreciate y'all having me on the first time, man. You know, we family up in this piece, man. Brother, orange and blue brother forever. Real talk, you know what I mean? But listen, everybody, y'all enjoy the night. Thank y'all for coming in. Hit that like and subscribe for you leaving out the door, man, for your boys, man. And we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Same real time, same real channel. Knicks of Detroit Pistons at the World Most Famous Arena. We'll see y'all on the pregame show. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. See you tomorrow, man. Peace.
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 Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
Time for this real talk, like Saturday night we live. We outside vibing in them orange and blue skies. This is true live in the street. City that never sleep, getting geek. Like before the New York Knicks compete. They'll be on that rocket like the trip. We dripping the Knicks trip. Take a trip. Keep with SB stacking down up in this bitch. Cause it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. There's no problem again. Always stand on business in front of this crib. Me and SB feet tapping in the streets of Manhattan. You people in action. Right before Knicks in the heat. Get it cracking. It's game time. Time to find in the world most favorite street. We about to rock a team up. I can serve just like a subpoena. You know the demeanor, the fans feeling real giddy and litty. To the New York City, gritty, committed to beat the city by 50. About to give me a nice slice, life with all types of spice. Get a front with an ice, to play the order with my sparking white. We in the city so nice, they made it twice. We get a pop in the Apple Watch, at the home at the pop, stopping on the Apple Watch. If this real talk, game streaming on YouTube.com. The truth do the good move, spot on, dropping bars. You got a spot, sit, dropping that hot shit. Content that we have been up in your head, enough said. You know, us stand up in artists about to get in their bag. Look like a casual, my back to the triad or jet lag.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here. Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing.